Perfect Game Softball. We're going to welcome in Kasey Wood from Bentonville, Arkansas. She's an Arkansas commit. She is a 2023 part of the Kansas City Peppers. And we got her off the football field pushing sleds. I mean, she is grinding it out today, trying to get better and stronger. So, Kasey, welcome in. What has this summer been like for you?
Yes, sir. Thank you. The summer's been really fun, just pushing that one extra, year around until our last year before we go off and have our final seasons for high school travel ball and, just the final chapter of the whole, first part of our career. It's been really fun. I've had the opportunity to get to know a lot of younger players around me in high school and in my travel ball organization, and that's always just really fun getting to, see the sport grow and do your part in helping the younger generation and what that shows about you too and how you can help yourself grow. So that's been really fun to dive into this year.
And Kasey, just had an opportunity to watch you this last week at PGF Nationals and at the Futures All-American game. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What did you enjoy about that experience? Talking about the PGF in general, but then also you're being able to be a part of that Futures All-American game. How much fun was that to be surrounded by so many great athletes like yourself and kind of just talk about your experiences and your future and get to know one another a little better?
Yes, ma'am. Well, through my softball career, I've always looked up to, many softball players, but, playing in that game, even, those players that are the same age as me, I've known about them or I've played against them for a very long time, and just always knowing how good they are and, keeping in mind the work they put in and to be able to play with them and just beside them even, I was very grateful to do that because it says a lot about yourself whenever you're in it. You learn a lot about yourself at, watching these girls, and you have an idea about a lot of people and about the way they play and about the way you play. So when you can kind of stop looking at everything from an outsider point of view and just, live it and do what you know how to do. It was really fun to watch that all unfold and, feel comfortable with some of the best and greatest athletes in the country.
Kasey, you were playing 18U ball when you were 14 years old. I'm sure there were a few bumps in the road, a few learning curves, and I'm sure it benefited you tremendously. So take me back to that point. What was that like, and how has that helped kind of shape you into the player you are now?
Yes, sir. When I was 14, I was pretty nervous. I actually had two friends, one a little bit older, two a little bit older than me, who had gone to the team before me. So I had a little bit of comfort knowing that I knew some people there. I really took a leap of faith with my travel ball coach, Jeff Wallace, who I trusted very much to, have this picture for my future in mind, which he did. And, when I first got there, it was a lot of I knew my success, in the 14s with girls my age, and so going up, you have to keep that confidence mentality. Sometimes, like no one's gonna hit this, I got this, just to get yourself to throw the pitch, But watching so many home runs go over my head was definitely what I needed in those first couple years. I learned how to pitch and not just throw. I learned how to navigate a count, learn from a batter after every swing. I've gotten really close to my catchers and my teammates over the years, and it's really taught me how to play the game instead of, playing the people that are playing you. Just use the game to your ability. And a lot of playing with those older girls, it's something I'll never take for granted because you get the opportunity to learn and grow all at the same time, and you're only getting better. There's no, holding yourself back because you play with some of the people that are, just as good as you, or if you're never learning anything, then it's kind of hard to grow as a person and as a player. So it's definitely been a pleasure to get that opportunity.
When you look back on that experience, you can kind of see the silver lining and how you came through it. But I would imagine when you're in it, it can be pretty discouraging, right? The learning process of learning, as you said, how to pitch instead of throw. Was there ever a time where you felt like maybe I'm in over my head And maybe there are a lot of pitchers who I think make the move, and then it's a lot mentally because you are facing these 18-year-olds about to go off to college. How did you pull yourself through those tough times? Because you did have them, I'm assuming, at that level. But what was your process for kind of mentally pulling yourself through those times?
Yes, ma'am. So we have actually a 15-year-old now. She's the Bradley Brewster. She's a pitcher under me. She's going through the same thing, and I talk about this with her a lot. And it's a lot of knowing your role when you're playing your role. And when I first got to the Kasey Peppers when I was younger, my role was learn how to pitch. And my role has obviously expanded as I've gotten older. But it was really hard to keep in mind, what I'm doing it for. There's always it has to go this way, or I'm not, or nothing's happening. But as I got older and as I went through more and more of the hard times, you come to a point where, you're looking at yourself and you're thinking like, okay, why is this happening? And you come to a conclusion, and eventually I found myself ways to, how can I work around this? How can I get better from this? And until you find that light within yourself, then it's going to be tough for a while. But I always talk about the rebound of slumps. This can go for hitting too. But the faster you spring back, the faster you learn from it, and take something away from it is the faster you're getting better. So as I got older, that's just what I try to do faster. Just take what I've learned and apply it to my game as soon as I can.
Talking with Kasey Wood from Bentonville High School, Bentonville, Arkansas, and pretty good product placement. I think that is the state championship banner behind her right now, coming off a state championship, which was the 5th, I think, in 6 years in school history. I know, Kasey, that's a tremendous accomplishment. I know it's almost the expectation. But I want to talk pitching with you because, Amanda, she's the All-American and she's the Olympic pitcher, but I'm watching some of your videos. And your ball is moving all over the place. And as a hitter, I'm trying to think, if I can anticipate break in certain areas, maybe I can kind of hang in there. You got the curve break and balls are dropping, the off-speed pitch. I don't know where to look when I'm facing you. So give me an idea how much movement that you're able to induce when you're either pitching for a state championship or you're out there on the travel circuit.
Yes, sir. I've had the pleasure of working with a small handful of catchers for pretty much my whole life. I play in the travel ball team with them and high school team with them, and throughout those years, the relationship a pitcher and a catcher have when they spend a lot of time together is very special. Then normally only those two people truly understand what it's like. And I've learned a lot from those relationships about, like teaching myself about my pitching as well. When I talk about learning from the batter after every swing, my catcher calls my pitches, so a lot of, seeing their swing and getting the call sign is, okay, I know this umpire's zone is, knees. I know this hitter can reach anything, so it's working around that. How can I get that ball to that place low enough and far away enough to miss their bat? And it's just that mental part of it. And working with my catcher to get that placement and getting ahead early. So a really big thing for me is, getting where we feel comfortable on the count and being able to work comfortably around a base hit or getting on. And me and my catcher have Sarah Watson, who I work with a lot. We have gotten really good at working together, to pitch around their swing and around the batter and try and find their weaknesses, which is where our spin pitches come in. And it's just that every pitch placement, every pitch matters about where the ball goes.
I love that, because I don't think we talk enough about the importance of the pitcher-catcher relationship. I mean, we talk about it, but we forget it's really valuable. And, so many times now with the movement of teams and from high school to travel, you have a different catcher every weekend at times. So I love that you recognize that the value in that relationship and how it's making you a better pitcher. I love that. We just had a chance to talk to Kylie Brockman, who's going to be your teammate.
Oh.
I know, she was awesome. In a couple of years, and she was talking about you and how much fun it was to be able to play with you on the field and get to know you better. And
yes.
what do you enjoy most about being able to play with and alongside your future teammates? And then on the other side, I want to know what you saw in Arkansas, why you chose Arkansas. I see why they chose you. I see why they chose Kylie, but I want to know why you chose Arkansas, what you saw in that program.
Yes, ma'am. It was a pleasure, a very big pleasure to get to pitch with Kylie. I'd never practiced with her before, even hit with her, anything. I love watching her play. She's just a ball of energy and so happy all the time. And getting to pitch to her finally was very fun. I felt very comfortable with her, and I can see why Arkansas chose her too. I think it's going to be a really fun couple years with her, and we're going to get very close. Arkansas, I live in Arkansas, and I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of games growing up, and the program they've built over the past couple years has really built something for the state too. And Arkansas doesn't have a lot of like national teams, MLB teams, basketball teams, any professional teams like that mostly. So the program they built, it's not just for the the girls that go. If you're going to play there, it's not just for the people at the school. It's for the girls all around the state who want to be part of something and who believe they can be part of something too. And it's made a lot of young people be proud to be from Arkansas and play softball, and it's definitely made me be proud to live here too. And so to be able to go there and expand what they've created and bring attention and love to the sport where it's really made a home in this state is very exciting to me.
Yeah, you talked about the culture, how important that is, and Courtney Deifel and her staff have done an amazing job building that culture. And I'm also curious, Kasey, when you have a chance to go to games because you're so close, how much do you sit there in previous years watch Autumn Storms or Mary Half or Shanice Dels, who have had tremendous success in the great conference of the SEC, and either kind of think along with them on what they're doing or just kind of watch and enjoy how they're succeeding at the college level?
It's definitely a pleasure to have that kind of access. My favorite thing to do is stand at the very top behind home plate and watch their ball movement. It's just really cool to see. It's funny to put myself in the box and think and see if I think I could hit some of it. I got to go to a camp with the team and Shanice and the pitchers, and to see Shanice where she was in the team on my visit and when I committed to that spring season, just how much she grew, and along with KB Sides and her swing and how the confidence there, it's definitely very reassuring and makes me feel very comfortable and excited for the way the coaches see what's in the players and do everything they can to expand all their abilities. So that's definitely really cool to see unfold in the field, knowing a lot of them as people as well. And just to see those pitchers work, it's definitely very fascinating to me to compare a lot of what I see in travel ball and high school ball, even other teams. So when I talk about their composure and how they handle themselves on the mound, just after anything, it's definitely very rewarding to get to see that.
When I know that you're a versatile athlete, are you hoping to continue on with that at Arkansas, to be able to hit, to be able to pitch, to be able to play the field? Is that a goal of yours?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I think it'll always be a goal of mine, or not so much a goal, but just something, a part of me that loves every part of the game. When I talk about loving softball, I love running the bases. I love diving. I like playing first base. I like outfield. I love hitting. I love pitching and infield. I just love the game as a whole. I love practicing for it. So, again, when I talk about roles, wherever I'm put, I just like to, enjoy that and play it to my best, because really, it's very fun for me to get to play different roles and experience them. So I do hope that never changes. I don't think I'll ever stop loving to do, any part of the game, whether that's running the bases or playing third, where I get to be part of the infield and have a voice out there and also talk to my pitcher. So it's like I get to see it from a fielder's point of view, but I also get to, look in on the pitching and have keep my pitcher up. It's very fun all around for me, and I used to struggle with staying in my role and letting them bleed over and affect each other when one wasn't going well, but now it's definitely one of my escapes. If I'm struggling a little bit, I know that I have somewhere else that I can get my groove back on.
It's funny, I was watching Amanda smile at that. You're talking to one of the great two-way college players and Olympian players who could play center field, could pitch in the circle. Amanda, you know exactly what she's talking about.
Well, I do, and that's
right?
why. But I'm seeing a shift because we shifted heavily to pitcher only, I feel like, in our game. But now you're seeing a shift back because I think coaches are really starting to value the athlete overall. And to me, I just think you should continue on. You should have that goal to want to play every part, whether it works out. I mean, you'll be a tremendous role player, but I love it. I'm the same way because I wanted to be involved in everything all the time. So put me anywhere and I'll figure it out. But yeah, so go for it.
Like-minded people, I like it. Kasey, thanks so much for your time. I know you got to get back out there and start pushing sleds or throwing tires around or continue to work out. But thanks for joining us today.
Thank you all so much. Yes, sir.
That's Kasey Wood. We were also joined by Kylie Brockman, some exciting young ladies to talk softball with. Been a great show for Amanda Fried. I'm Brett Dolan. Thanks so much for watching right here on Perfect Game Softball.